What's up, family? Peace and blessings to you. My name is Jimmy Scott Jr. and today I'm going to give you my opinion on what's going on in Alabama, man. It's a lot of crazy stuff going on in Alabama right now, and I'm trying to understand why we got so much violence going on or why we got so many incidents going on in Alabama. So if you don't know that there was a recent boat fight down in Montgomery, Alabama, and I'm gonna only share with you just the limited knowledge that I know because I don't know the full story, but apparently there was a boat that some folks were on. I think it's called the Harriet, and they were coming from, I don't know if it was a cruise boat or a casino boat or a ferry boat or whatever kind of event boat that it was, but they were coming off the water and they were looking to dock, and there were some other white folks down by the docks on their private boat, kind of in the space where the ferry boat or whatever kind of boat the Harriet is was going to dock. And so the security got off the boat, or the security was already down in the docks. They were trying to get the white folks to move, and they weren't moving. And they was also trying to inform the folks that were on the boats that, you know, coming on the ferry boat or the Harriet that, you know, hey, we're just having some issues right now and trying to dock, so just be patient. We will be getting you off the boat. Just give us a little minute so that we can find, you know, a place to dock. And so the folks with their private boats down by the docks didn't want to move their boats, and so security was there trying to help assist, and things turned ugly right there. It got ugly right there with the security officer. And so we basically had an event that went from doing the right thing to black folk versus white folk, if we just going to put it all out there. If you are not aware of this, your first time watching me on this channel, I will give you forewarning. I am very blunt and very truthful and honest, and I only know how to say it one way, and that's the way that I'm going to say it. So if my bluntness offends you or anything like that, then this may not be the channel for you. But all in all, hey, it turned into a black folk versus white folk type of ordeal. And the reason why I want to talk about this video is I want to let you know that it's deeper than just black folk versus white folks. It's deeper than just the white folks that were jumping on that man. So let me, as I finish the story, right? The security officer was black. He was trying to, you know, get the folks to move their private boats and yachts and whatever it is they had, and they weren't doing it. And then one of the guys ended up striking the security officer, and it turned from a one-on-one fight to some others jumping on the man. And if you're watching the video, which I won't share the video in my video, they got hundreds of videos out there on YouTube now. If you watch the video, you can literally see others jumping on this man, and those others that probably were a part of the party who had the private boat and yacht or whatever, they were all white, and so it looked like a bunch of white folks jumping on a black man. And so there were some black folk that were on the ship or boat, the Harriet. They jumped off in order to come down to assess the situation and basically seek some vengeance, seek some revenge, right? To help a brother. Okay, they came down, and it really turned into an all-out brawl on a boating dock in Montgomery, Alabama, with black folks helping black folk and white folk helping white folks, and black folks fighting white folks and things like that. But see, here's the deep part of it, because like I told you before, it's deeper than just black folk versus white folk. It's spiritual. If you are from the South, because I myself, I am originally from Mississippi. If you're from Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana, Tennessee, Georgia, around in that area, and you've lived in some very different areas as it resorts to black folks and white folks, then you know that type of energy that is surrounding in those areas. It's very silent racism energy, okay? I myself have been privy to a lot of this silent racism just because of the nature of where I'm from. There are areas in my hometown and in my county in Mississippi where we as black folk just don't go. Not the fact that we can't go, but just the fact of we feel uncomfortable going because we feel that we won't be accepted. You can feel when you're not being accepted somewhere where you go. For example, there are restaurants out there where obviously there is integration. There is nothing against you going to the restaurant, but when you go to the restaurant, you get all these eyes looking at you. You get people treating you a different way than they would treat a different customer. You get people speaking to you in a different manner or in a different light as they would a different customer. I've had people speak to me as though I don't understand. I have had people speak to me as though I wasn't intelligent, as an intelligent human being. And I'm like, why are you talking to me like I'm some little 6-year-old? See, this is where, for me at least, I can't speak for you guys, but for me at least, the baby and the sweetie and the soft talk, right, comes into play. I've had people talk very softly. Are you okay, sir? Okay, we can do that for you, sir. Do you understand? Do you understand, sir? Are you sure, sir? Are you sure? But then when Johnny comes along, oh, Johnny's got it. He's okay. He knows what he's doing. I'm like, oh, wow. That's some different energy for Johnny than what you just gave me. Like, you talking to Johnny like he's the man, but you talking to me like, are you sure? Do you understand? Right? Maybe they don't mean anything by it, but these are subtle hints of separation, subtle hints of segregation. And that's all around in the South. And so when you go to like events such as these, right, where you got folks on a boat and they're trying to do this, and you got folks on their private boat and they're trying to do that, and everybody feels like they're entitled to do X, Y, and Z, then these feelings and these words and these actions begin to come out, as they did in this video. They began to come out. So, moral of the story, my unbiased opinion, because it's deeper than a black and white thing, although that's what it turned into. You got a lot of black folks, woo, yeah, man, I'm proud, which I get it, right? A lot of black people, subconsciously, they align with Malcolm X a little bit more than Martin Luther King. They may not say it, but it's starting to come out when they start to see it, because this ain't 1965, this ain't 1963. You let them dogs out, these black folk gonna let they dogs out. I'm just saying, this ain't Birmingham, Alabama back during Martin Luther King days. You come out with a water hose, these black folk gonna come out with an AK-47. This is not the same times. These folks are ready to go to war. We don't need a civil war with black folks and white folks in America. We've already shown the damage on how this stuff can happen with racial tensions here just a couple years ago during COVID, as a result of George Floyd and folks protesting and burning down buildings and restaurants and stuff like that. Folks still are recovering from stuff like that. Folks still are recovering from their loss of business and homes and different things like that in their cities, right? But again, that's not something that we want. Again, it's deeper than just black and white. Moral of the story. Here's the real truth of what we need to get out of this. I don't care what you are. White folks, don't put your hands on nobody. Don't put your hands on black folk. Don't put your hands on white folk. Don't put your hands on Italian folk, Latino folk, Asian folk, European folk, African folk. Don't put your hands on nobody. I don't care if they 5, 2 years old, 62 years old, 37, 43, 95. Don't care their age. Don't care their nationality. Don't care their gender, male, female. Don't put your hands on nobody. Don't put your hands on nobody animal. Don't put your hands nowhere where you want to cause an effect. Black folk, don't put your hands on nobody. Black folk, don't put your hands on white folks. Don't put your hands on other black folk. Don't put your hands on Latino folk, Italian folk, European folk, African folk, Mexican folk. Don't put your hands on nobody. Don't put your hands on nobody animals. See, some of this stuff, common sense folk know. Don't care if you white, black, Asian, Latino, whatever. You got common sense, then we all get along. We all get along as long as you got common sense. I can come to your neighborhood your hood. I can come to your hood, right, and use some common sense. You be like, what up, brother? Brother Jimmy. And you can be Asian. I'll be like, yeah, that's my Asian brother, man. Hey, we cool. We be kicking it. You know, we over here, you know, we do this and that. Or, you know what I'm saying, you can have a Latino brother come over to a white neighborhood and be cool. You can have white folk come to black folk. It doesn't matter where in the world you go. It doesn't matter your gender. It doesn't matter your nationality. Respect is the name of the game. Respect folk. And they did not respect the security officer, and he just so happened to be black. And then they struck the security officers who just so happened to be black, and them just so happened to be white. And they didn't think that anybody was going to jump in and help that man. And if it wasn't, and we in a day and age now where justice is served by common folk. Justice ain't served by the police. Justice served by common folk. You come here to Texas, everybody got a gun, and they ready to dish out some justice. They not waiting on the police. They like, hey, I deemed this right to shoot you in the face. This is the right moment. You doing wrong. I'm the law. I got my own gun. I got a license to carry this weapon, and I'm gonna use this weapon. Everybody ready in Texas. You can get that smoke over here in Texas. I'm just saying. Hey, to me it's a little dangerous just knowing that everybody walking around packing in Texas like that. But hey, justice will be served in Texas. I'm telling you right now. Same way like them folks on that boat. They will lay their burdens down. They had a lot of burdens to lay down on that boat. I mean, you got my man swimming. My man was swimming across the water, okay, to go fight and help that man. He swam across the water to go help this man fight. He was ready to lay his burdens down, Lord. Lay his burdens down. Bible says, come to me all who are weary. Them black folk were tired in Alabama, and they like, you know, I'm tired. You know, I just thought about Cheryl over there at the Huddle House when she had that issue with me with my breakfast, and she was talking to me all funny like, just cause her son go here and here. I'm tired of Cheryl. I'm finna take this out. I'm tired of living in, you know, these folk treating me this certain way in my community. It's more of us than it is of them and all that kind of stuff. I'm just saying there are many communities. I'm not sure about Alabama, but I know in Mississippi, there are a lot of communities, especially in the Delta, where a lot of these communities are at least 97, 98% black. In my hometown, it's probably 97, 98% black. My courthouse is black. My gas station is black. My high school is black. My elementary school is black. My police officers are black. They're all black. And there's a few white folks, and these few white folks, they go to their own school. I'm trying to think of the name. I don't want to say charter school. It's a different type of academy school is what they call it. They have a lot of schools that they call academy schools, and a lot of these academy schools were formed after integration because the white folks still didn't want to be integrated with the black folk. If y'all think racism is gone, then you got another thing coming. You ain't been to enough areas in Mississippi and Alabama and Georgia and Louisiana. If you think racism is gone, please don't think that it's gone just because you got a couple white friends, couple black friends, couple Latino friends that, you know, they all cool and y'all all grew up together and y'all all were taught the same moral lesson of respecting other people. That don't mean it's gone. They still got places that will refuse to serve you. Okay, so don't want to make this video too long. Moral of the story, don't put your hands on nobody. Treat people with respect. I don't care if you black, white, Asian, Latino, because when you treat people with respect, you get respect. It's a cause and effect type of deal, right? If you cause a situation, the effect of that cause is going to be a more amplified situation. You want to cause a scene and you want to strike that man, where the effect is you're going to get yourself beat. And that really goes for a lot of folks. You can't just walk up into folks and just treat folks any type of way, no matter where you are. And the reason why I say it's not a black and white thing is because you had black police officers that showed up on the scene to Montgomery. Hey, don't care what you were. Their goal is to make peace. They the peacemakers, okay? The police are the peacemakers. Okay, you might start a thing, but they're going to end the thing. They the peacemakers. Black police officers, white police officers, women police officers, men police officers, they come to the scene, and it's their job to make peace. Hey, you gonna get slapped in the face with a billy club. You gonna get pushed down. You might get knocked with some handcuffs. They don't care what your color is. If you doing wrong, wrong is wrong, and they finna make peace, and that's their job. Okay. So I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Let me know if you liked the video. Leave me a comment down in the comments section. Let me know your thoughts. Subscribe to the channel so that you can get more videos like these, because in this case, like I said, don't put your hands on nobody. And that's where they messed up, and they paid the price down there on that dock. But hey, as always, that's just my 2 cents. That's just my 2 cents. So every day is another opportunity to get better and grow. Let's grow together, family. I appreciate y'all, and I'll talk to you next time.